welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a pivotal day in history, October 20th, as we explore three significant events: the dramatic Luzhniki Disaster and the outbreak of war between India and China. October 20th has seen some of the most unforgettable moments in history. In this video, we'll unravel the details of these incidents and their profound impact on the world. So stay tuned as we journey through these historical turning points. Once upon a time, on October 20th in various years, the world bore witness to a series of events that would forever leave their mark in the annals of history. These incidents, some chilling, others heartbreaking, all come together today in a narrative that takes us on an emotional journey. Join us as we delve into the pages of history, recounting the haunting Luzhniki Disaster, the tragic outbreak of war between India and China, the dramatic capture of Muammar Gaddafi, and the emotional roller coaster that these stories represent. So stay tuned as we journey through these historical turning points. Incident 1. The Luzhniki Disaster Picture, the year 1982, Moscow, Russia. Luzhniki Stadium, the heart of the nation, was electrified with excitement. A football match between the Soviet Union and the Netherlands was set to deliver unforgettable moments. But what transpired was unimaginable. Cheers turned into screams as a stampede erupted, claiming 66 lives and injuring hundreds. It was a night that would haunt Moscow forever. It's a chilly October evening, the air filled with anticipation. In the heart of Moscow, Luzhniki Stadium stands as a symbol of national pride. The year is 1982, and the Soviet Union is hosting the Netherlands in a highly anticipated football match. The stadium is alive with the energy of tens of thousands of fans, all eager to witness this clash of titans. It's the sort of atmosphere that can only be found in a sports arena, where passions run high and dreams take flight. As the match unfolds, the crowd is swept away by the ebb and flow of the game. With every pass, every save, and every near miss, the anticipation builds. Cheers and applause fill the stadium, a symphony of voices that reverberates through the night. For a moment, it's a picture of unity and shared joy, a moment when the world seems to come together in the name of sport. But then, in an instant, that joy turns to horror. A surge in the crowd, a wave of bodies, and suddenly, chaos reigns. The stampede claims 66 lives, leaving hundreds injured and countless others traumatized. The same stadium that had witnessed moments of euphoria now bore witness to a tragedy that would forever scar its history. The Luzhniki disaster serves as a stark reminder of the fine line between joy and tragedy, between celebration and sorrow. It reminds us that in the midst of life's most jubilant moments, darkness can descend in the blink of an eye. But it also teaches us the importance of preparedness, of ensuring the safety of those who gather to celebrate the beauty of human achievement. It's a lesson that Moscow and the world would never forget. Incident 2. War breaks out between India and China. Now, let's rewind to 1962, where two nations, India and China, were on the brink of conflict. Their long-standing territorial disputes led to a full-scale war along their disputed border. What followed was a month of intense battles, fear, sacrifice, and ultimately, a lingering sense of loss. It's the year 1962, and in the remote reaches of the Himalayas, two Asian giants are on the brink of war. India and China, two neighbors with a history of border disputes, have reached a breaking point. The border that separates them is rugged, unforgiving terrain, where the stakes are high and the margin for error is razor thin. The tension had been simmering for years, and on October 20th, it boiled over into full-scale conflict. What followed was a month of intense battles, with both sides displaying incredible courage and sacrifice. The harsh Himalayan winters added to the misery, as soldiers on both sides endured freezing temperatures, high altitudes, and the ever-present danger of combat. The war had profound consequences. Lives were lost, families were torn apart, and the nations were left to grapple with the emotional scars of a brutal conflict. When the guns fell silent and the soldiers returned to their homes, the pain and loss remained. But in the midst of this tragedy, there were stories of extraordinary bravery and selflessness. Soldiers who faced unimaginable conditions, who stood their ground in the face of overwhelming odds, and who made the ultimate sacrifice for their countries. These stories are a testament to the indomitable human spirit, the capacity for courage in the most harrowing of circumstances. The India-China War of 1962 serves as a reminder of the human cost of conflict, the toll it takes on individuals and nations. It's a cautionary tale about the importance of diplomacy, of finding peaceful solutions to disputes, and of ensuring that the horrors of war are not visited upon future generations. It's a story of loss and sacrifice, but also of heroism and the enduring human spirit. Incident 3. Muammar Gaddafi is captured fast forward to 2011 to the arid landscapes of Libya. Muammar Gaddafi, a man who had ruled with an iron fist for over 4 decades, was now a fugitive. On October 20th, he was captured by anti-Gaddafi forces, marking a pivotal moment in the Libyan civil war. But the question of his death lingered, shrouded in uncertainty. The dramatic capture and the fate of this once powerful ruler sent shockwaves through the world. The year is 2011, and the winds of change are sweeping through the Middle East. The Arab Spring has brought with it a wave of protests, uprisings, and calls for democracy. In the midst of this movement, Muammar Gaddafi, the longtime ruler of Libya, finds himself facing a rebellion. What ensues is a brutal and protracted conflict as Gaddafi clings to power with an iron grip. But as the year progresses, his hold on Libya weakens. Anti-Gaddafi forces gain ground, and the international community watches with growing concern. On October 20th, a pivotal moment arrives. Muammar Gaddafi is captured by those who had been fighting against his regime. The news spreads like wildfire, and the world watches in shock as the once mighty leader is reduced to a captive. The circumstances of Gaddafi's capture and subsequent death remain shrouded in controversy. Some reports suggest he was killed in crossfire, while others claim he was executed by rebel forces. The images and videos that surface in the aftermath are graphic and haunting, leaving many with questions about the justice of his demise. Gaddafi's capture marks a turning point in the Libyan civil war, but it also raises complex moral and ethical dilemmas. It's a story of a dictator brought to justice, but it's also a story of the chaos and uncertainty that can follow the fall of a regime. The emotional roller coaster of this event is a reflection of the broader complexities of conflict and its aftermath. As we sit back and reflect on these events, we're transported to the emotions of those fateful days.